History is filled with tales of courage, but rarely does it honor the triumphs of the truly terrified. We now turn our attention to the fateful corporate retreat luncheon, a day that would forever be marked by lukewarm soup and accidental valor. Upon a makeshift stage, the self-proclaimed insecurity Impersario held court, his voice a velvet hammer of humiliation. He had compelled the company's finest to approach his glowing microphone and confess their most mundane, yet deeply embarrassing secrets. One executive admitted to not having changed his toothbrush in 18 months. His confession met with a collective shuddering groan. Another revealed she still relied on her mother to book all her doctor appointments. The air, thick with the scent of catered salmon, grew heavier with each soul-crushing revelation as the impresario reveled in the exquisite, high-stakes awkwardness he had manufactured. At the very back of the room, tucked behind a tragically undersized ficus, was the heroic coward, a man whose primary ambition was to achieve the social presence of a potted plant. His heart hammered against his ribs as he realized he was next in line. Just then, he overheard the impresario gloating to an assistant. The villain's plan was diabolical in its specificity. He was going to force the heroic coward to finally admit to the world that he operated two separate Amazon accounts. One was for sensible adult purchases like tax software and ergonomic keyboards. The other was a secret ledger of shame, used exclusively for acquiring a questionable collection of anime body pillows. The blood drained from the heroic coward's face. This was a truth too terrible to be spoken aloud. Utterly panicked by the looming body pillow threat, he made a desperate bid for freedom by attempting to crawl under a nearby banquet table. It was a miscalculation. His midsection wedged firmly between the table's leg and its metal frame, trapping him in a state of suspended humiliation. Flailing wildly to extricate himself, his hand snagged the edge of the crisp white tablecloth. With a powerful, unintentional yank, he pulled the entire fabric covering from the table, unleashing the centerpiece it concealed, a massive, glistening ice sculpture of a swan. The frozen bird slid with surprising grace across the polished floor, its trajectory perfectly intersecting with a waiter carrying a tray of lukewarm lentil soup. The collision was a masterpiece of chaotic physics. A single bowl of soup was launched into the air, tracing a perfect parabolic arc across the horrified ballroom. It descended with uncanny precision, landing squarely upon the head of the impresario's glowing microphone. There was a fizz, a pop, and a plume of pale smoke. The villain shrieked, "My expensive, moisture-sensitive technology!" As the device went dead, its hypnotic power instantly severed. The crowd awoke as if from a trance, blinking in confusion. The heroic coward, still wedged beneath the table and now draped in linen, had inadvertently saved them all. But trapped in his prison of metal and mortification, he was far too embarrassed to emerge and claim his victory. And so the day was saved, though its champion remained unseen, a silent testament to the fact that sometimes the greatest acts of bravery are born from the deepest desire to hide.